Oh, hey guys, Omar here. I'm sitting along the Hudson River here in my old hometown of Hoboken, New Jersey. This is where I was born and raised. And there's a cool little statue of Frank Sinatra here because this is where Frank Sinatra was born and raised. Which is ironic that he got a statue because in his song New York, New York, he's basically singing about how he has the small town blues, like he wants to get the heck out of here. These guys are basically looking at me, wondering why I'm in their way. Are you going to move? Anyway, they're fun to photograph because they do weird little hops. There's four perfect dudes surrounded by geese. Look at this. What's up? We got some there. We got some coming in the water over there. We got these two checking me out over here. Guys, I'm cornered. Good job. Anyway, hanging out with the geese. I think the theme of this video might be that sometimes I feel like a very outdated YouTuber. For example, the camera I'm using was released, I don't know, maybe 2014, 2015, 10 years ago. But although the camera's old, I think it's important to make these videos to show you that I still use some of the older gear. Sometimes these older cameras are actually more fun than the new ones. New ones, all these features, and you're diving into the menu and you're trying to set up. This one, single focus point. I have it an aperture priority, changing my aperture on the lens here, and just framing up my shot and firing away. Just looking for light, not worrying about all the autofocus modes. Now, if you want to spend $1,500, $2,500 on a new Fujifilm camera, that's your prerogative, that's your choice, that's your money. Now, I picked up this used camera, I think for less than $300 back. This was before the Fujifilm X100V days, like the hype. Fujifilm has released so many good cameras and new cameras and 40 megapixel cameras. I still have a special place in my heart for the older cameras with a lot of function buttons. They feel a little bit more solidly built. I just wonder where this started, where people put, a lock on a fence or a public area. They write their names on it. There's like a lot of planning that goes into putting a lock on here. Although some of them are just pretty lame. Like, look at this one's just a lock. Anyway, as weird as it is, we got some backlight going, and there's some interesting textures. There's some flower over here. I think we can get some cool pics. Let's try. Start with this rose here. I changed my photometry to spot metering. You diehard Fujifilm fans know what photometry is. That's your metering mode. And so here, there's so much backlight that if I used a multi or like a super wide metering mode, that means the camera is going to use all the light in the entire scene to try to pick an exposure. So I like to use the spot meter when you're doing a lot of backlit stuff here, so you can really expose on what you want to and then adjust accordingly. Ooh, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed. Oh my God, guys, this bird let me get so close to him. I don't know if he's into humans or something, but like I am like maybe 2 feet away from him. Let's see. He's gone. forgot this camera does video. I have my function button here set to movie mode. All of a sudden it starts filming a movie. I'm like, oh yeah, you can film movies with this. I think it's 1080p. I don't think it's 4K, but I think for what I'm doing, I think it's totally fine to film a little B-roll with the Fujifilm X-E2. If you're listening, Fujifilm, I think there is a place for making simpler cameras, making cameras that maybe are a little less expensive to make, but have this feel to them. They're small, they just, are less complicated. Maybe they have less megapixels where people just want to take their little Fujifilm everywhere. I think personally, for me, that's just much more interesting than trying to compete with all the other mirrorless offerings out there that are so big. Also, my battery's about to die, so if you could put that new battery in there, that'd be great. I had someone ask me the other day why I shot RAW and JPEG. And it's not something I do all the time. It depends on the camera and it depends on the situation. So for example, today I'm shooting RAW and JPEG, mostly because I like what the Fujifilm, especially the older Fujifilms, what the film simulation does. I like to see what it does. There's someone who designed these film simulations, and I kind of want to see what they were thinking. Now, if I'm shooting a party or an event, I'm shooting only RAW. Ooh, look at this. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever filmed. How many batteries should you take with you? For a couple hours, I always bring 2 Fujifilm batteries with me, these older Fujifilm batteries. Again, Fujifilm, if you're listening, put in the new battery into a small camera. But yeah, I usually have 2. If I'm on vacation, I definitely have 3 batteries on me. But you should get into the habit of turning off your older Fujifilm cameras. I constantly have the wrist strap on like this, and I'll flick it on, turns on, take my picture, flick it off. So the camera's constantly off, and it gives you a lot more shots. Now, speaking of JPEGs, you should know that Fujifilm's film simulations have changed. If you shoot classic chrome from the first sensors to the second sensors to the modern ones, they don't match up. So in reality, there's many more film simulations because there's 4 versions of classic chrome, there's 4 versions of Provia. And even I found, I own 2 Fujifilm X-T20s, and I did a test where I shot everything perfectly exact, and there was a very subtle difference between the 2. So that means there may be even millions of film simulations. Guys, we got some flowers here. We should see if the XE2 can do insect photography. Oh, there's a bee right there. Oh God. Oh God. I cannot imagine the people who shoot film. I just took a dumb picture of some umbrellas, and I feel like I wasted a frame. But sometimes that's what's great about digital, is you can keep trying whatever you want. As kids, we were always afraid of this like little alleyway. We always thought that this is where you would be murdered. And this is where I played Little League. I hit an inside the park home run here, overlooking New York City. Wasn't really an inside park home run, it was a Little League home run where everyone threw the ball around. So this is the outdated YouTuber signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Give me some comments, give me some love, give me some subscriptions, and I'll see you guys next time.